Welcome to the Hawaii Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Hawaii. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from the University of Richmond. Take it away.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Hello, everybody. My name is Jose Garcia. I am the Assistant Director for Diversity Outreach and Partnerships here at the University of Richmond. Just want to give you guys a little bit about who we are here. One second. Oh, come on, computer. Here we go. Sorry. So a little bit about us, guys. We're actually located in the capital city of Richmond, which is the state capital of Virginia. As you can see, you see our location. We are 2 hours from DC. We're 2 hours from the beach. A little bit more about us. We are actually about 3,200 students, undergrads. We do have our own law school. We are a school where 99% of our students, we have classes smaller than 30 people. The average class size is an 8-to-1 student faculty ratio. 94% of our students actually come back from first year to second year. Real quick thing for us, we are a very campus-oriented campus. So for us, over 90% of our kids do live on campus all 4 years. One thing we're very proud of, though, we're one of the few schools in the nation that meet 100% demonstrated need, which means we give very strong, generous financial aid packages. We also need blind in the admissions process, which means that we do not look at your financial status when making a decision. Overall, you're going to see we're a very selective institution. We only admit about 30% of the students that apply to us. So this year, I had over 14,000 applications. So simple math, 30% of that. Again, but we're looking for the best of the best. We talk about looking for the whole person. So being very holistic. A little bit about us. We actually have over 180 different organizations on our campus. We are a Division I school. We are
your presentation is in presenter view. If you go to display settings and flip that,
yes.
It's showing like the notes and everything. There we go.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Yep. So
if you hit from beginning.
Yep. Better?
It should go to the. No, if you go to display settings and hit swap view.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. So again, a little bit about, like I said, we are Division I school, so we are the only spider in the country. Always been proud of that. We do have 32 club sports here. A lot to do on our campus, like I said, very active. Over 75% of our kids do some sort of volunteer work on our campus, so it's awesome in and outside the city of Richmond. So definitely a lot from there. One thing we're very proud of is to talk about the resource, what we offer our students, talk about the yes mentality. So for here, we're going to give you every resource possible. One of those big ones is called the Richmond Guarantee, where we guarantee every student at least one summer, if not multiple summers, up to a $4,000 grant to do whatever you want career path wise. Maybe it's do an internship, doesn't pay you, pay yourself. Maybe it doesn't pay for your housing, pay for your housing, do some research for the summer. Whatever you can think of that's going to help in your career path, you can use this $4,000 grant. And again, this is a grant, not a loan. And you can get this guaranteed one summer, if not multiple summers. Most of our students use it 2, if not 3 summers. That's something that's awesome because of the fact that we're helping you get that experience when you're looking for that first job, when you're going to that grad school, that law school, that med school. We have an 85% placement rate in med schools, law schools. So it's awesome because our kids have that experience going into there. For us, we're also a big study abroad school. Over 67% of our kids will go abroad at one point or another. Again, due to COVID, where students were not able to travel this year. One big note, we actually were in full session even during this year. A lot of schools were out there that were virtual. We were able to hold students here on campus. We were testing, prevalence testing. We test our kids every 2 weeks. We have a very low infection rate on our campus, less than 2% with our on-campus students. So it's awesome to see that we're able to have our classes, everything from there. But again, this gives you a glimpse of our study abroad. We are able to want our kids to get out and about, be it for a semester, 2 weeks, a summer, wherever the case may be. We want you to get abroad and out there. And here's a couple of pictures of us just showing you where our spider's been all over the world. And a little bit about us, just some stats we got out there. We have been rated by the Prince Review's #1 most beautiful campus out there. And you see some other things that are happening out there, including being a top 25 liberal arts college out there. So I think it's an awesome thing to see who we are out there educationally. And just a glimpse of our students and who they are right there. So real quick, we actually have 3 colleges on our campus. We have the School of Arts and Science. the Robbins School of Business, and Jepson School of Leadership Studies. As you see in the middle, 2 out of 3 students actually will be double majoring, or about 30% will triple major and still graduate in 4 years. And what's awesome, you can crisscross colleges. One thing that is different about us, your freshman year, you cannot pick a major. So we actually make you go undeclared your first year, but that gives you a chance to figure out what you want to do, be able to pick your major or majors, minor and minors from there. And this kind of gives you a glimpse of the way our class looked last year, a very diverse class. You see we are all from all over the country, all over the world. 27% of our students actually identify as US students of color. About 11% are international, and we are big. We talk about our first generation students. We talk about the fact that we have such great diversity, and diversity for us is across the board, not only racial, but socioeconomic, geographic, everything you think of from there. So that's a big one for us. And this kind of gives you a glimpse of the way the class looks. We are test optional. We were test optional this year. We will be test optional again next year. But this kind of just gives you a glimpse of the way the class look like. It gives you a glimpse of our average GPA. We do recalculate on a 4.0 scale. This gives you a glimpse of our average test scores and gives you a glimpse of our average ACT scores. Kind of what we're looking at is going to be said the holistic person, looking at the whole package. So kind of looking at everything from there, just a glimpse of what our students have done. This is what we require for our students. We are Common App as well as the Coalition application. So 2 different ways to go for us when you're applying for us. And some early application deadlines. We are an early decision, early action as well as regular decision. I talked about being 1% demonstrated need, so we do offer that ability for our students. We also offer merit scholarships, both in the Richmond Scholars, which is a full scholarship package. We do offer a presidential scholarship, which is 1/3 package, and we offer a diversity scholarship called the Oliver Hill Scholars. So definitely a lot of different options. So not only financial aid, but on top of that, merit scholarship as well too. And again, just a quick glimpse, you have to use the CSS profile and the FAFSA for us as well too. And these are just some of the programs you have out there for us that talk about our scholarship programs on top of that. So athletics, music and dance, ROTC, everything across the board. And finally, my contact information, if you have any questions, concerns, I do recruit the entire state of Hawaii. So anything from there, please let us know. Thank you guys for giving me your time, and I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from the University of Colorado, Boulder.
All right. Aloha. I am Clark Berger. I am the Executive Director of Admissions at the University of Colorado, Boulder. Mahalo for spending some time with me today. An average high temperature of 47 degrees in January and over 300 days of sunshine each year make it even feel a lot warmer. It's hard to find any university that sits in a place as beautiful as CU Boulder. We are located at the base of the Rocky Mountains, about 25 minutes northwest of Denver, 45 minutes from Denver International Airport. Your tuition and fees actually pay for free transportation to and from the airport and in and around Denver. CU Boulder is a large public tier 1 research university with about 30,000 undergraduate students and 6,000 graduate students, with 1 faculty member for every 18 students. 85% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, and our students study abroad in over 450 programs in 66 countries on 6 different continents. We are a top 25 college for students who want to change the world. 229 energy and clean technologies have been developed by our community since 2006. On-campus opportunities to receive support to get your ideas off the ground include the Idea Forge and the Silicon Flatiron Startup Program. This is our famous Pearl Street, only about a mile from campus. Many students find cool opportunities on campus and around town to connect, contribute, and positively change their world. Located in a great city, many times we've been named the #1 college town, the happiest, the healthiest, the brainiest city in the nation, a top 10 public university with the most startup founders in the #1 metro area for female entrepreneurs. Here's our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. We have 7 different colleges, schools, and programs that lead directly to an undergraduate degree, and more than 35-year Bachelor Accelerated Masters, or BAMS programs, in which students receive a master's degree in less time and at a lower cost than if they were to enroll in a standalone master's program after completion of their bachelor's degree. In a student's senior year, they're essentially double dipping by taking some courses that count toward each degree. Art and Sciences is our largest college with over 60 fields of study in the natural sciences, social sciences, and arts and humanities. Engineering is the top-ranked engineering school in the entire Rocky Mountain region with 56 degree programs and 18 areas of study. and touts 19 alumni who are NASA astronauts. Our students help to build satellites on campus, and they get to fly them in 2 NASA certified satellite operations centers on campus. The Leeds School of Business is a top 20 public business school with mentorship programs and global experiences. Our School of Education's foundation is in democracy, diversity, equity, and justice. The College of Media, Communications and Information, or CMCI, has an interdisciplinary model involved in the local and national media scene. Our College of Music is a small audition-based conservatory in classical training, including performance, education, and musical theater with award-winning professional performers, composers, and scholars. Our program in environmental design, or ENVD, is a studio-based curriculum with real-world application around community needs, sustainability, and innovative design with attention to social justice and economic vitality. Finally, it's okay to be undecided. About 20% of our students start undecided. We have a wonderful program for exploratory studies with a broad knowledge of the entire university. Any degree is possible for students who start in PES. Here's a look at Williams Village. Our housing and dining services provide CU Boulder students with an exceptional living experience through their support services, award-winning dining, and innovative programs. We do have a first-year requirement to live on campus. In between studying, students also find numerous opportunities to stay active and get out and explore. Fortunately, our location makes it easy to develop a balanced routine with Eldora Mountain Ski Area, only 45 minutes from campus. Chautauqua Park has miles of hiking trails that start at about 5,600 feet elevation, with some trails going to the top of these flat irons over 1,000 feet. Boulder's active and fit population loves the outdoors, and with over 300 miles of bikeway in the valley, and is a foodie's nirvana with hundreds of restaurants. We require your application, including the writing supplement and your application fee, a high school transcript, and 1 academic letter of recommendation from either a teacher or your high school counselor. For 2021, we've been test optional, but the public colleges and universities in Colorado have applied a lot of pressure to influence the state legislature to extend test optional. And I truly believe we will remain that way, but we're waiting to hear what the results are for 2022 and beyond. Here's a good look at our Leeds School of Business. Prospective students, by the fact that you are spending time with me this evening, I encourage you to apply early action by our November 15th deadline. If you delay, our regular decision deadline is January 15th, which qualifies for greatest scholarship opportunities. Although we are not yet open for visitation due to our county restrictions, we hope to start offering tours again in late May or sometime in June. So please pay attention to our communications. Our fall plan will be promulgated this next week, and I'm told that in the fall, we will have very few restrictions compared to the current year. Finally, mahalo again for spending time with me today. Aloha for now.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Eastern Washington University.
Sounds good. Hello, my name is Alan Meza, and I'm here from Eastern Washington University. So just to get started. So Eastern is located in Cheney, Washington, which really is a college town, right? It's a very mid-sized university, around 11,500 students, and with the average class size of around 25. So it really is kind of a small, mid-sized university, nothing too big or too small. We're about 4 hours away from Seattle, which most people know here in Washington State. And we're really close to the city of Spokane, which is the 2nd biggest city in Washington. So we can really go out and kind of really experience more of the city life, right? So shopping, restaurants, if you want to go check out a concert, you can do all of that as well. And on top of that, you have a lot of the outdoor stuff. So if you want to go snowboarding, right? You want to go hiking, you want to go river rafting, whatever it is, we're the Pacific Northwest. We really embrace and have all that. So you really have both of the options really close to you. And I really wanted to show you what it really looks like, right? So we have all seasons here at Eastern. So in the fall time, when students attend here in the fall, you really have that nice, rich orange and red look where the leaves are just coming down. A lot of students love. And we shuffle in straight into the winter time where we do get snow. And you do really have that really unique difference that you might not have over there in Hawaii. And then of course, in the springtime that we're experiencing right now, so nice green everywhere, of course, because we're the evergreen states. You have blue skies, sun coming out. So really experience something totally different than what you may have over there in the islands. And most of our students actually graduate with professional experience at Eastern. One of the great things is we have a lot of top majors in business, biology, computer science, psychology, and in engineering. So a lot of different options to choose from. Above all that, right, we have a lot of other great options here at Eastern. So if you're looking at anything within health related, such as dental hygiene, athletic training, exercise science, physical therapy, or occupational therapy, we have that as well. We have forensic science, criminal justice, and social work, which are very unique to Eastern, a strong education program. And if you're more the creative type, music, theater, film, or graphic design, we have those majors as well, and a really great communication science disorders programs. And students don't have to choose up until their junior year on what to decide to major. So you really have some time to really experiment. But we also want to make sure we can help you out getting through college, right? Writer Center and the Math Lab for any students who need additional help there. If you prefer one-on-one tutoring or more of a collaborative effort, right, in a group, we can take care of you there. If you need help getting an internship, right, you maybe need to write that resume, or maybe go through a job interview, our Career Center will help you out. We're very big on diversity here at Eastern. So Chicana, Africana, and American Indian Studies programs are there to help students just feel welcomed and comfortable. Our Pride Center for our LGBTQ plus students, and our Multicultural Center just to learn about different each other, right? Because we all come from different backgrounds, and if you have any accommodations, such as an IEP or 504 plan, our disability support service will help. And I understand COVID has been tough on some people, so we offer free clinical counseling. We always have for students attending Eastern. Above all that, right, we have food pantries all across campus to make sure that if you need some meat, right, you need to grab some fruits or pasta, whatever it is, right, that you don't have to face any food scarcity while you're attending here. So it's really a holistic view to really support you in your journey at college. And as I mentioned, right, we want to make sure you can get involved and do stuff. We're known for having a red football field, as you can see right there. So we are a Division I school. We actually did make the March Madness tournament this year, which is really a great thing for us. So we have Division I sports at Eastern. We have rugby, boxing, hockey, indoor soccer, right? We have a lot of recreational stuff from powerlifting, skiing, and rodeo. A lot of fun and inclusive clubs to get to know the students, right? From esports, paintball, Hawaii. You want to do a fraternity sorority? We got that here as well. And if you've ever been a person about your faith or your spirituality and you don't want to compromise that, don't then, right? We have a Catholic Human Center, Crew, a lot of other great faith-based clubs here on campus. And you know what? Also attend study abroad, like some of the other people have mentioned, right? You have Europe, South Africa, Mexico, Japan, a lot of great areas where you can actually go and get college credit and experiencing something new. We also do have a first year live-on requirement. And to the right of that, right, you can see on the top right what one of the resident halls looks. And below that is what a room would look like, right? You each get your own bed, a little dresser, desk, your closet, right? So if you want your own room, you can do that. If you want to choose one roommate or two roommates, you can do that as well. You really have that option. You have 9 different locations from Panda Express, Einstein's Rose, Brews, whatever food you can think about, we'll have here. And as well as a lot of meal options. So if you're vegan, vegetarian, or you have a religious-based need options for food, we can accommodate for that. So we are WUI, for those who are wondering, right? So we have very affordable tuition for in-state at Eastern, and we want to make sure we can kind of really pass that on as well to students. And a little bit less than half of our students, 44%, graduate debt-free, because I said, right, we have very affordable tuition. So students who receive WUI can afterwards receive tuition as low as $9,700. And there it just shows the cost breakdown of what it is to actually attend Eastern, around $27,000 for the cost of attendance for the year. All right. And we have scholarships. So if you don't receive WUI, you can still receive a scholarship starting at a 2.6 GPA up to 3.84, with the WUI starting at a 3.85 GPA when you apply to Eastern, right? And if you're starting at community college because you don't want to maybe leave the island, or you actually go to UH NOAA and eventually transfer out afterwards too, you can do that and you will receive a transfer scholarship around $11,750. On top of all that, we have a lot of departmental scholarships. So if you fall within one of those categories or others, you can actually receive a scholarship from that specific program at Eastern. And so you're wondering maybe what you need, right? So if you're a full-time student, you're doing part-time or full-time running START or taking dual credit classes, you still apply as a first-year student. And what you need are these 4 things: your online application, $60 application fee, unofficial or official high school transcript, and you can choose one of those following, right? We really want to give that option between a letter recommendation, AP or IB scores, running START or early college transcript, or unofficial SAT scores with no essay at all. And last but not least, right, if you want to check out virtual tours, we have that every week at 4:30, admissions 101 presentations at 3:30, drop-in admissions anywhere between 2 and 4, ask a quick question, admitted student days for students who want to experience a little more, and then one-on-one appointments with me. And keep in mind, all this is all Pacific Standard Time. And last but not least is my information. You can call or text me or email me at any time to get more information. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Woodbury University.
All right, thank you and hello everybody. So I'm going to power through this. I hope that you're all doing well and staying safe. So I'm going to go over 10 reasons why you should choose Woodbury University. So some quick facts about Woodbury. We are at the heart of Southern California's creative industry. We were founded in 1884. Our first inaugural class was actually made up of nearly 50% women to 50% men. And that was really unheard of back in the 1800s, and that actually still exists today. Is this commitment to diversity and inclusivity. We are a nonprofit, fully accredited university. 5 of our programs are nationally ranked in the top 25. The weather in Southern California is not vastly different than Hawaii, although we do have access to getting to snow, to desert, and all these different kinds of environments that you'd be looking for. We do have practice-based education and guaranteed internship before you graduate, and on-campus housing available. So our locations are in Burbank, again, widely considered to be the entertainment capital of the world. If you want to be an artist, if you want to design clothes, be in film, this would be the city to be in. We also have an architecture campus in San Diego and a gallery in Hollywood on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So just some brief numbers about us, again, just to give you a basic idea of who we are. We are a small suburban university, a little over 1,200 students. That includes undergraduate and graduates. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means for every 9 students, there is a faculty member. We are designated as an HSI, Hispanic Serving Institution, with about 35% of our students identifying as Latino or Hispanic. Over 25 plus student organizations ranging from cultural clubs, major clubs, hobby clubs, all the way down to Greek life. 28 majors offered, and 85% of our students receiving some sort of financial aid. So let's launch into the 10 reasons. Again, I'm going to power through these. So if you have questions, again, feel free to ask me, or you can email me at the end of this. Woodbury does guarantee an internship before you graduate. And because of where we're located, we do have a very rich and vast opportunity for students to intern at some of the most amazing places. This is just a collection of it. Sample Warner Brothers, Walt Disney, BuzzFeed, Pixar, YouTube, NASA, JPL. Again, we are networked with a lot of these organizations, and a lot of times students end up getting job offers from these internships simply because they got an internship first. And this is something that you would be completing just before your 4th year is over. Reason number 2, we have a long history in business education. In the 1800s, we were known as Woodbury College back in downtown Los Angeles, and we've grown a lot since then. But we do hold Aacsb Accreditation, which is a very special, very rare accreditation for business programs. Less than 5% of the world's business schools hold it. That picture in the bottom left-hand corner is from the 40s. That's some of our Hawaiian students who were with one of our most famous presidents, Pop Whitten. Reason number 3, is practice-based learning. So school is so much more than just what you learn in the classroom, right? And it's so much more than what you read in the book. So we want to make sure that we harness that and we allow you to touch material, to build things, to create. So you will learn how to solder, how to use a 3D printer, how to use a camera, how to use a rigging equipment, how to use the VR lab, and how to sew and create, fabric and garments. Again, we know that this adds value to your education, so you're not just learning the theoretical approach to it, you're going to know how to do it with your hands and in person. All right, reason number 4, studio culture. So for those of you who are looking to go into creative fields, so architecture, interior design, filmmaking, animation, game art and design, fashion design, graphic design, we do have full studio spaces on campus for you to use. They are your spaces. And it's really there for you to create. So again, they're open 24/7 for students, password protected and secure for you to feel safe. If you want to study at 3 in the morning or work on a model at 2 in the morning, you totally can, and it's not uncommon. Reason number 5, a competitive track to architecture licensure. So for those of you who are interested in architecture, did you know that you have to be licensed to be considered an architect, similar to a doctor or lawyer? So you would have to go through a series of exams and pass to become an architect and be called an architect. So Woodbury is one of, I believe, 17 schools in California that offer the IPAL program. So it's essentially adding on a 6th year. So it's a 5-year architecture program. At the end of that 6th year, you will not only have your BArch degree, you will also be fully licensed to start your own firm and to be the architect on record. Reason number 6, merit scholarships for incoming students. So we do know that going to a private school like Woodbury University is a huge investment. So we want to make sure that we honor what you've done in high school or college, if you go to community college, by offering generous merit scholarships. So for freshmen, it ranges from $6,000 to $18,000. And for transfer students, if you're going to go the community college route first and stay on island, it's $5,000 to $14,000. These scholarships are automatic and they will follow you the entire duration of your program with us. This is also before FAFSA. Reason 7, free resources. Again, it's so much more than going to class. We want you to enjoy your full college experience by joining clubs and doing healthy living, like in that middle picture, they're doing yoga. We do that twice a week. And again, just taking advantage of what college has to offer outside of the classroom. It's also the best way to make friends. Reason number 8, small school perks. Again, we are a very, very small school, so everyone's going to know that you're from the island within the first week. All the teachers are going to know your name. You're not going to have to wait in line to get a question answered from one of your professors, and you're really going to forge wonderful and valuable mentorships and friendships when you're at a school like Woodbury. So small school perks, there you go. Okay, powering through interdisciplinary approach to learning. That's how the way the world works. You want to make sure that you can approach problems with various lenses. And then civic engagement. We want to leave this world better than we found it. So we do have civic engagement built into all of our programs and giving back to our community. Recap, I'll skip. To apply, we're still taking applications for fall 21. There is no application fee for fall 21, and you can apply through the website or through the Common App. 2.75 is for regular admission. We are test optional, no essay, no letters of rec required. Follow us on Instagram if you want, and thank you so much. Mahalo. Good luck.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from The Ohio State University.
Hello, everyone. Aloha. I'm so excited to join you this afternoon. My name is Caitlin James, and I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor for The Ohio State University. My pronouns are she, her. I was supposed to be joined by one of my colleagues today. His name is Waylon Hens, pronouns he, him, but he had some internet issues. He is a native Hawaiian, and he would love to have been here to talk about his particular experience and what it's been like for him working at Ohio State. But please reach out to both of us as we can connect with you. I'm based in San Diego, so I'm close enough on your time zone. So please reach out if you have any questions as well. So a little bit about The Ohio State University. We are the 3rd largest public institution in the country. So if you are looking for size, we are certainly a great fit for you. A lot of school spirit. You're kind of thinking, why would I venture all the way across the country, all the way over the Pacific Ocean to come to this institution? There's so many different resources that we can offer our students in such a special and unique experience. We have over 550,000 living alumni. So there's nowhere that you'll go without feeling connected to an Ohio State Buckeye. But you can see kind of the variety of classes that we have at Ohio State, over 200 different majors. I love to give students kind of this overview, seeing all of our academic colleges. If you're looking for professional programs to continue on, we do have our own med school, law school, vet school, dental school, as well as physical therapy programs. We were actually one of the first hospitals in the nation to deliver the COVID-19 vaccination the day that was released. So it's a lot of different things that if you're interested in the health professions, we are a really great fit for that. Students are often coming for us for political science, sports industry, a variety of different pathways, psychology, arts and sciences is one of our largest academic colleges. So if you're looking or actually have no idea what you want to go into, that's perfectly fine as well. We have a university exploration program that can help you kind of discover what your best interests are and learn more about the university as you're doing that. You can do different minors, all of those wonderful things. I don't harp on rankings too much, but I like to show some of our students that this is what they're looking at. This is kind of what you can expect in the high quality education that Ohio State can provide. A couple of things that we really hone in on is experiential learning, taking the things that you are learning in the classroom and taking that out into the world, whether that be a part of the classroom experience that you get to have or not. It's just depending on how you really take advantage of that. All of our incoming students are given an Apple iPad as part of our digital flagship program. So super excited in the ways that you can use that in the classroom. Some of our professors will actually hover that over different bodies to kind of radiate heat to understand kind of what that radiation looks like. So a lot of different things that our professors are incorporating that with too. We do have a nationally ranked first year experience because we recognize that transition from high school to college is different for every single student. So you're connected with a peer leader who is going to be there as a resource for you your entire first year as you see fit to use them. So they might be the person that you go to with questions about where's the best place to eat on campus, where can I get my hair done, all of those kinds of important things that might be really important to you. So peer leaders are great in that, facilitate that connection to the entire university. And then we continue that on with our second year transformational experience to continue that engagement to your program. A couple other things I love to highlight are moral scholarship program, diversity-based leadership, social justice and service. If those are things that are very important to you, we do have a scholarship for this. It can cover all the way from full cost of tuition all the way up to full cost of attendance. So if that's something that means a lot to you, please apply for that. You can ask me more about what that looks like. Honors and scholars are two different academic programs. So honors is more of that focus on kind of smaller classes that you have. You live with other honors folks, whereas scholars is based on a theme and you do activities outside of the classroom. So another way is to make the university community a little smaller for you alongside learning communities. We do require our students to live on campus for 2 years. And you'd kind of want to do so anyway coming to college. So that allows you to kind of really communicate and get that sense of community when you're on campus as well. Now, where are you going when you're thinking about Ohio State? I like to show this just because I work with students on the West Coast, so you really get to see just how far that distance is, especially for you all when you're coming to the mainland. So you can see kind of what all of that looks like. And so we're located within about a full day's drive to 40% of the United States population. So you have so many different cities that are within your reach there. But Columbus, Ohio is actually the capital of the state of Ohio. So it's a great center for political happenings, change on campus as well. So you get to take advantage of all of those different kinds of things. It's a really manageable size as well. They don't really have too much traffic in that city too. And so it's kind of a nice thing to be able to take advantage of. So here's some of the scenes and sites of what you can expect and what campus and what Columbus in general looks like. I'll be honest, I hadn't visited Ohio until I was going on my interview to Ohio State. And so when I went and visited the campus for the first time, I was so impressed of just what the city had to offer and what the community looks like too. We have one of the largest pride parades in the country. So that's something that you can just expect from our community, and that it's very inclusive, over 109 different languages spoken there. And we want to make sure that our campus reflects what our city and the state of Ohio looks like as well. Traditions are huge on our campus. You kind of can't come to Ohio State without learning one of them. Funny enough, we love to spell Ohio. It's not hard, but if you ever see a Buckeye across the street or far away, call out OH, see what they do. They'll call back IO, but it's a fun way to connect with Buckeyes as you are going across the country. Now, if all that sounds really exciting to you, a couple ways that you can go through the application process. We are on the Common App. You'll submit your Common application, your official high school transcripts. We are test optional for the upcoming year. So if you haven't had a chance to take tests, feel free to apply without them. But apply by November 1st. That's the best chance that you'll get for scholarship information as well. Speaking of scholarships, in the last couple seconds that I have, we do have our National Buckeye Award. It's a popular one for our non-resident students of $13,500 per year, as well as alumni clubs that might be in your area that offer scholarships too. Thanks so much for having me today, and looking forward to hearing more from you about Ohio State.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from Oregon Institute of Technology.
All right, could you see my screen? My name is Kutyu Lani, and I am the Associate Director of Admissions at Oregon Tech. I'm originally from the Big Island. I grew up in Kohala, so very, very small town. I moved to Hilo, I went to Kamehameha, and then I came here to Oregon Tech to play volleyball and to get my degree. I loved it so much that I decided to stay on and work at Oregon Tech. So Oregon Tech is a smaller public polytechnic university, and we have 2 campuses, one located in Portland, but I am mainly going to be talking about our Klamath Falls campus because that is our traditional campus. We are located in Klamath Falls, as I mentioned, which is on the southern end of the state of Oregon. We are about 10 minutes north of the California-Oregon border, so pretty far south and central of the state. The mission of Oregon Tech is to be a polytechnic university. We are the Pacific Northwest Polytechnic University. We focus on a hands-on curriculum, so most of your courses are going to be hosted in either lab settings, out in the community, really doing projects. Not as many lecture style classrooms. I like to tell students they probably will have about 3 larger classes, and that's probably it for their entire college career. Almost all students have the opportunity or are required to complete an internship or externship before they graduate. And with that, we have a 96% graduate success rate. So 96% of our students are either in graduate school or employed in their career field within the first 6 months of graduation. We are #1 on return on investment in the state of Oregon. Our students are earning an average of $60,000 a year. Most of our majors are STEM based, and 91% of our courses have less than 30 students in them. Our total enrollment is about 5,300 on campus. We have about 3,500, so a smaller, tight-knit community. We are powered by the sun and heat, so lots of sustainable living. We live in a beautiful location. So whatever people think Oregon is like the rainy, cold kind of weather, we are the exact opposite. So we are on the east side of the Cascade Mountain Range, high desert, lots and lots of sunshine. We do get all 4 seasons, however, but it could still be like sunny and snowing at the same time. We are geothermally heated, so all of our sidewalks are also heated, which I think is pretty cool considering I didn't grow up in the snow. I grew up obviously in Hawaii, where we don't have to worry about shoveling our driveways. And so it is really nice that we get to experience all 4 seasons here, but you don't have to worry too much about that while you're on campus. There are over 40 academic programs, over 50 student clubs and organizations. We do offer athletics, and we participate in the NAIA division. We are part of the Cascade Collegiate Conference, so we play against schools like Northwest Christian University, Northwest University, Southern Oregon University, Eastern Oregon University, College of Idaho. I know many students are familiar with that, so from Hawaii are familiar with those types of schools. So just to kind of give you an idea of the schools that we compete against. And we have a lot of construction going on campus right now. We have a brand new rec center. We are going to have a brand new Center for Engineering and Excellence in Teaching. So lots of new maker spaces, engineering buildings. Our healthcare programs have recently been renovated, so we are not doing construction on that part anymore. The types of majors that we offer are in engineering and technology. We have tech-infused business degrees, health and science degrees, applied science degrees. We have a lot of students that are coming from Hawaii. Oh, I'm so sorry. A lot of students coming from Hawaii who are going into our medical imaging programs, dental hygiene, respiratory care, nursing, and many of our engineering programs, as I mentioned earlier. We do offer a lot of campus life. So a lot of times when I talk with our students from Hawaii, they're asking about the academic side of the house, because that's what we are known for. But then after we get into our conversations and we're talking story and stuff, they ask about campus life. What kind of things are there to do on campus? So there is a list there for clubs and programs, just like general ideas of what we offer. We do have a Hawaii club, and we have our luau that we have at the end of the year. This year, it's going to be a modified luau. Last year, we didn't get to host it, but all of the years prior, we had a great time. We have our paina. Student resources, lots of ways for you to get support on campus. As I mentioned, we do participate in NAIA athletics, and we do have on-campus housing. While it is not required for students to live on campus, I highly, highly encourage all of our students, especially coming from Hawaii, to live on campus for your first year. Why? Because you need to get acclimated to the weather. It is a big deal. It's a big change. So living on campus for your first year and having that support system is crucial. Our application and scholarship information. Very simple and straightforward self-report, 15 core subject requirements, 4 years of English, 4 years of math, at least Algebra 2 needs to be completed, 3 years of lab science, 2 years of social studies. Yes, Hawaiian history does count as a social science or social studies. One of those has to be US history though. 1 CTE or fine art. That could be anything from like your computer class that you're taking to yearbook, any kind of art courses in between. Some students have asked about taking like construction, CAD classes. So definitely take a look at that, 3.0 or higher. And then these are our awesome scholarship opportunities that we have at Oregon Tech. For our tuition and fees for a student who's receiving WUI scholarship and everything, it's about $14,000 a year. So take a look. And last but not least, I will be hosting a virtual event with more information on April 5th from 6 to 7 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can register at oit.edu/discover. Aloha and have a great day.
Thank you. So I just want to invite all of the reps to come back on for a round of Q&A quickly, just briefly sharing what advice you would give someone going through the college search process in the same order you presented in.
The advice I would give would be patience. Know this is going to be a process. Know the world has changed, has adapted, but through this adaptation and change, you will find your home, will find your place. You'll be going to your 4 years and will get you guided into the pathway for your life.
Yeah, thanks, Jose. I think I would add on to that to say that we are very excited to get you on campus, just like you're excited to go and visit campuses. So I think we're all opening up in a different way across the nation, and check our visit pages to figure out when you can visit. But we are very excited to get you on campus.
Yeah, so my advice would be to all of you is just see what really fits you. I know that's a very like general saying, but imagine if you're going to buy a car, right? There's so many different out there. You want to find exactly what you're looking for, whether it's the size, right? Where it's the cost, specific programs, right? The area you want to be, where in the mainland you want to be, right? You want to stay there. Those specific things, because we're all different. We all want specific things. So once you do that, it'll cater itself. And wherever you do end up at, I highly, highly believe that you actually will be successful. Look at what is really important to you.
To piggyback off of what Aiden said is the same thing. It's just college fit is a real thing. You want to make sure that you can see yourself being at home in that place for 4 to 5 years, however long your program is, and not just what's on campus, but also like what's off campus. Like, is that a city you want to live in? Is it too big? Is it too small? Do you prefer to be in like a more rural place? Is it near the beach, which I know is very important to Hawaiians? So consider that also, because it is going to be your home.
Yeah, and I'll share that I think it's just important to focus on you through this process. Try not to compare yourself to other people or your friends or an older sibling that might have already gone through this process before, because your needs, as everyone's kind of shared, are going to be very unique to you. And this is a process that you learn a lot about yourself in it as well. There are going to be some times where you put yourself out there and it doesn't always work out, but there's going to be a lot of places that really want you on their campus too, and you may kind of what you end up making of it is going to be the best place for you. So try not to compare yourself. Where you end up is going to be a really great place for you too.
My advice all the time for our local students is to, yes, find the school that's right for you, but also when you are at whatever school you're going to be at in the future, to be flexible. Don't only hang out with other kids from Hawaii. Make friends from other places so that you can learn about different cultures, about different way of life too. And it's such a short time of your life. It's just one chapter, a few years, and you can always move back to Hawaii more knowledgeable, more diverse. So yeah, just be ready to branch out and be flexible.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing, and thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions posted, so be sure to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Hawaii. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.